Have you ever thought of that? What do we teach and what do we study in physics? Well, they are only four domains. The first is mechanics, the second is electrodynamics, the third is optics, which is also included in electrodynamics, the third and fourth is thermodynamics, and the fifth is the mechanical properties of solids. So here in this entire course we are gonna discuss about all these thrusts or topics. So we have in first part of NCERT we have only mechanics. The first is physical world, then units and measurements, motion in a straight line, motion in plane, laws of motion, work energy power, system of particles and rotational dynamics, gravitation. So let me give you some insights of the chapters. In the first chapter, Physical World, we are going to discuss about what is physics, scope and experiment of physics, physics and technology and society, fundamental forces of nature, nature and laws of physics. Units and measurement. In the chapter 2 we are going to discuss about units, why they are necessary and how they are useful for day-to-day lives. Units introduction, international system of units, the SI system of units, the Systema Internationale. Then we are going to discuss about measurement of length, mass, time and the fundamental quantities, accuracy, precision and how they are different. You must be thinking that accuracy and precision are the same thing, but no, they are different. We are going to discuss about them in just a few minutes. Significant figures, dimensions of physical quantities, dimensional formulae and dimensional equations, dimensional analysis and its application, and also the limitations of dimensional analysis. Then we going to head on to kinematics, the motion in straight line, introduction, position, path length and displacement, average velocity, average speed, instantaneous velocity, instantaneous speed, acceleration, kinematic equations for uniformly accelerated motion, relative velocity. Then we are going to head into motion on a plane, that is the two-dimensional motion. Introduction to vectors, scalars, tensors, multiplication of vectors by real numbers, addition and subtraction of vectors, graphical method, resolution of vectors, triangle law, parallelogram law, and the polygon law. Vector addition analytical method. Then we are going to head again into kinematics of the plane, motion in plane, motion in a plane with constant acceleration, relative velocity in two dimensions, projectile motion, uniform circular motion. Then we are going to head on to which causes the force, which causes the motion, that is the laws of motion. Introduction, Aristotle's fallacy, law of inertia, Newton's first law, second law, and third law, and discussed about Newton's second law is the main law or the only law which governs the first, second, and third, all the laws. Then we have conservation of momentum, which is also derived from the second law, conservation of momentum, conservation of linear and angular momentum, equilibrium of particle, that is the net force vector is zero, common forces in mechanics, circular motion, solving problems in mechanics. Then we head on to work, energy, and power. What is work? What is energy? What is power? Introduction, notion to work, energy, power, the kinetic energy, work energy theorem, work energy, kinetic energy, circular and other things. Work done by variable force, work energy theorem for a variable force, work energy theorem for a differential equation, concept of potential energy, conservation of mechanical energy, potential energy for a spring, various forms of energy, laws of conservation of energy, power, relations, etc. Then we head on to system of particles and rotational dynamics. Till now we have considered all the particles as point masses, but that is not true for all the bodies since nothing is point mass in our universe. So we consider them as a system of particles and do the analysis after that. So we do here center of mass, moment, motion of center of mass, the moment of mass, moment of force, linear momentum of two system particles, vector or two vector product of two vectors, angular velocity and its relation with linear velocity, torque and angular momentum, equilibria of a rigid body, moment of inertia, theorems of perpendicular and parallel axes, kinematics of rotational motion about fixed axis, dynamics of rotational motion, angular momentum, rolling motion. Then we next head on to gravitation, which is the last chapter of this part of physics, is which having Kepler's law, universal law of gravitation, the gravitational constant, and how is it measured by Cavendish experiment, acceleration due to gravity on Earth, acceleration due to gravity below the and above the Earth's surface, gravitational potential energy, escape velocity, Earth satellite, energy of orbiting satellite, geostationary and polar satellites, weightlessness. So we are going to discuss about this principle and exclusive thrust of physics, the mechanics. So stay tuned and stay curious. Thank you.